Hi, Ken from MakeTech here. Welcome to episode 4 of the CNC build. As you can see, I've got the machine on this base that I've built, and in this video we're going to look at how I've built the base and mounted it on. Alright, here we go. Based on my model in Fusion 360, I created a cut list and cut some square steel tubing on the bandsaw. I used the bandsaw to cut some of the lengths at 45 degrees, and they were really nice to weld together to make the 90-degree corners on the frame. With this blue steel, the blue paint protects the steel and acts as a primer for painting. Anywhere that needs to be welded should have the paint removed. It is possible to burn through the paint while welding, but it will create poor quality welds and the fumes are pretty rough. Here I'm just getting the frame level and square, then tack welding it together. This is especially important on this build because it will make it easier to tram in the CNC machine later. I knew the MIG wire was getting low, but it still caught me by surprise when it ran out. I bought a new roll of this SIG weld wire, and it seems to be producing significantly more consistent welds. More welding, and here we have the tube frame. Because this frame has sheet metal slotting into it, I was working with sub 1mm tolerances, and it took quite a while to build it so accurately, but as you're about to see, it was worth it. Again, I've used Fusion 360 to help me cut the material. This time I've created sketches with the dimensions of the faces of the chip tray to give me a guide for marking out the sheet of 2mm steel. Once I had the sheet all marked out, I cut it with the angle grinder. This would have been nice to order it pre-cut, but it didn't take long with the angle grinder. Now look how these sections go together in the frame. This was really satisfying. I took my time measuring, cutting and welding, and it all goes together nicely. Welding the sheets in place was tricky, as there was room for them to move a little bit before I tack welded everything in position. Here I'm laying one of the last welds on the chip tray. And here it is with the welds cleaned up, ready for painting. I was really happy to see it in real life after spending so long designing it in CAD. With the base painted, it's finally time to move the CNC machine off the bench. I was quite nervous about moving it, but thankfully it went smoothly. Now I can finally start working on the electrical and pneumatics. Please subscribe if you want to see more of this build and what I do with it, or if you're interested in electronics, CAD, Arduino, robotics, 3D printing and other technology. Thanks for watching. Just before I go, I have a few other videos coming up about some amazing hologram technology that I'll be experimenting with, and I'll also cover this office studio makeover I've done recently. Okay, cheers, bye.